Cheltenham is the biggest horse racing festival of the year, and it is one of the most, if not the most profitable event in matched betting all year. So you need to be ready to make the most of this amazing opportunity. If you get it right, you could be up hundreds, if not thousands of pounds by the end of the week. So making sure you're fully prepared is extremely important. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a guide and some tips on how to make it the most profitable week of the year with matched betting. Hi, if you didn't know already, my name is Joe. I am the co-owner of the Match Betting Empire Group, which is a match betting group, and I've also been match betting myself for a few years now. So Cheltenham, if you didn't know already, is the biggest horse racing festival of the year. It runs from Monday to Friday, and this year the dates are the 11th to the 14th of March 2025. There are so many different types of offers you can take advantage of during Cheltenham week, and I'm going to cover all these in this video. And it's also very important that you're prepared for this week to make the most out of it. So first of all, if you are new to match betting, you need to make sure you've signed up to as many bookmakers as possible before Cheltenham starts, especially the main ones like Bet365, Paddy Power, Sky Bet, and William Hill. You need to ensure that at least you've signed all of them, but hopefully more, if not all of them, because Cheltenham is an extremely busy week and you don't want to be faffing around doing a sign-up offer in the middle of Cheltenham when you might need that liquidity for something else, or you want to spend your time actually focusing on the Cheltenham offers themselves. So number one, make sure that you've signed up to enough bookmakers. Now, as I said, there are loads of offers that you can be doing during Cheltenham. The main ones are going to be price boosts and ARB. If you've watched my other video, I'd mainly try and stick to price boosts, unless obviously you don't care about the account, but mainly stick to price boosts. You've then also got special offers like, for example, bet £10 on Cheltenham today, get a £10 free bet. Also included in special offers, you've got things like money back offers, so money back as a free bet or money back as cash if your horse loses the race. There'll be plenty of them, and you can make guaranteed profit using all of these through matched betting. You've also got EPs, which are extra places offers, which are more specific to Cheltenham and horse racing festivals. I have just recently released a video on EPs explaining how they work and what scenarios to use them in, because I don't recommend you do them all year round, but they can be extremely profitable if your horse lands in that extra place. So second step, once you've signed up and done the sign up offer for as many bookmakers as possible and registered with them, is going to be teaching yourself how to do all these techniques. Now, you might know some of them already. For example, if you've looked at the free tips in the free server, they're an example of price boosts, but stuff like special offers like bet £10, get £10 in free bets, that's pretty similar to sign up offers, so you might already know how to do that. But things like EPs, you probably won't know unless you're really experienced with match betting. So I'd go and look at my last video I made and get up to scratch with that and consider learning how to do them. I have some mates at uni, and one of them did EPs in his first year of uni, which was a few years ago now, and he made something like £800 during Cheltenham week just from EPs. The next tip is going to be to manage your bankroll properly, and more specifically manage your exchange liability properly. Before Cheltenham week, I'd recommend moving most of your funds into your exchange, especially if you're doing things like EPs, because they can really easily drain your exchange to basically next to nothing because they take up so much liability because the odds are so high. So yeah, if you can, before Cheltenham week starts, try and move a lot of your funds from your bookmaker to your exchange. You can do that in a number of ways. You can obviously withdraw it, but there are also some complications with withdrawing all of it at once. I'd maybe try and do it in smaller chunks, or you can also try and just win it back naturally on the lay side. So yeah, it's important to try and have a healthy balance in your exchange before Cheltenham starts, because it can really make a big dent in your liability. The next tip is going to be to make sure you protect your accounts. And by protect your accounts, I mean avoid getting restricted or gubbed. In Cheltenham week, I think 2 years ago, I actually got my Bet365 account gubbed. And this was because I was just rinsing horse EPs all the time throughout Cheltenham. And if you're not familiar with EPs, even if you don't win the extra place, if your horse wins, all of your liability is going to go straight into the bookmaker, and you're going to have to withdraw that at some point. And that's what kept happening to me. I was also stupid with my withdrawals. I wasn't really aware that you're not supposed to withdraw it all at once. I was withdrawing way too much money from my bookmakers at once. But I would say try and avoid spamming EPs in particular, but any offer really. Make sure you're mixing up and maybe consider putting on some like dummy bets and stuff like that. If you want to learn more about avoiding restrictions, and I've got a whole nother video on that, but just be careful. It's not worth 1 week of great profits to get banned on your bookmaker account and then not be able to make profits like anymore. So maybe on stuff like EPs, try and keep your stakes down as well. If you're putting £100 each way on an extra place offer, it's not going to look good whatsoever. Because bookmakers know which horses have good odds for EPs, they're not naive, and they can see which horses people have been putting on loads and loads. So I'll just remember that bookmakers aren't stupid. Now, just some general tips, I guess, is make sure you're always tracking your profits during Cheltenham week. It can be really busy, but it's important to actually realise how much profit you've made. And also, just if you can allocate more time during Cheltenham week for match betting, then your profits are obviously going to be much higher. So if you can try and schedule that in and factor that in if you have to, then I think that would be very beneficial. Okay, so I think this video is pretty brief, but I hope it's been somewhat helpful in preparing you for Cheltenham week. If it is your first Cheltenham week with match betting, then don't worry, you're not going to get everything right straight away. But hopefully this has sort of prepared you slightly for it. So thanks for watching.